somebody's joining.
Yeah, I think all I want to say, just thank everyone for coming in, joining us for this training session. It definitely helps us a lot. Otherwise, if you got too many questions, then I will get buried and Danny will get buried. So by being here, I really appreciate that. And what Danny is going to show you is just how to run your posters. I think you're all probably pretty pro on this. We're all working with computers, so this should not take that much time, and then you're off to go for the rest of your day. Thanks again. Yeah, Danny, let's get started.
Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, welcome everyone. My name is Dan Louise. I'm with Underline, the platform that's being used this year for the NSF workshop. And I'm going to show you how to present for your posters. I'll give you a little tour of the website. You all will be getting an email shortly later on today, inviting you to join the event, and then you'll be able to go in and test out these rooms for yourself to make sure that you're able to present, maybe able to show your camera, and do what you need to do. So you'll be able to go into these rooms at any time after you get your invitation, test them out, make sure that you're good, and let's get started here. I'm going to share my screen. Can everybody see that? Good. All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, so this is the event website for NSF this year. This is the Underline platform. This is the main reception page that everybody will be taken to, all attendees will be coming to. The majority of the event will be happening on the main stage. That's where all the live content will be delivered for all the workshops and everything else. It's like a TV studio. It's kind of just a screen. The attendees can ask questions in a chat. I'll show you it. It kind of looks ugly right now because there isn't we'll have a slide here that says the event hasn't started yet. But so the attendees can ask questions here. They can, the presenters will get the questions in their backstage platform, and they'll be able to answer them live after their presentation. But for you, I'll show you actually the schedule. Schedule shows all the different workshops that are going on throughout the week, throughout the couple of days. It's sorted by day up at the top here. And you can also sort by the different tracks. If you have a workshop, there's none on that day. But here we are on Tuesday, all the different workshops, anything that's happening on the main stage too, as well. Sessions, these are where your stuff will show up as well as the workshops. This page has a little bit more functionality as far as filters are concerned. You can sort by the titles of the presentations and what have you. For you folks, the posters are where you're going to be living, the posters area. So there's two different poster sessions, and you all should know when your poster session is. It's either on Monday or Tuesday. So these 16 posters, I think, here, they're broken down into poster break session 1. These 16 are happening on Monday, and these 14 right now are happening on Tuesday. So depending on which one you have, which day you have, this is where you'll go to actually present for your presentation.
So Daniel, can I say something to the?
Sure.
So this was never said before to the poster presenters. The posters that are career or CRII grantee posters, those are on Monday, and the medium proposal posters are on Tuesday, and the small proposal posters will be next year.
Okay.
Okay.
So the way to get into your session, this is where attendees will all go in. They'll click on your poster. It takes them to this page. So they can watch your video, which is here. All right. They can look at the poster itself. Should come up.
Oops.
Yeah, it's my internet sometimes is slow. The abstract is here. It has your bio, a link to your bio on the underlying site. Also gives the lecture back down here. Not sure why the poster isn't showing up, but we'll take a look at that. It could just be my internet right now. The slides from your presentations are also up here for people to download as well. For the presenting part of this, so let's say you're a poster presenter on Tuesday. You know that this is happening at 1 o'clock, from 1 to 3:30, right? 1:30 to 3:30. So you have 2 hours.
Eastern time.
Yes, 1:30 to 3:30 Eastern time, correct. So you know that you need to be there 15 minutes before that so that you can get into your room and make sure that you're ready to go.
I think, Daniel, for this part, because we have talks all the way up till 1:30, I think it's okay that people are a few minutes late. So
yeah, no, exactly.
you don't have to be. I actually I would rather say people can stay in the talks until the talk finishes, then you can go to your room.
Right, and you have 2 hours to be in your room.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be plenty of time. People will start showing up.
Yeah. So we don't require you to be at your poster 15 minutes before. We'll just wait till the talks finishes, then you just go.
Right.
Go there.
And if you test this out over the weekend, that'll be good enough so that you know that when you get in there that you can do what you need to do. So it's not very difficult. You click on live session. It's going to take you to this video room, basically. I'll try and adjust my, it's so good. This is actually good. So you have audio and video settings here. You can switch your microphone and you can switch which camera. I'm going to switch back over to my laptop camera. So you can choose which one you want. If you have multiple cameras, multiple microphones, you can choose which one you're going to use for the presentation while you're presenting. So basically what the session is intended to be like is that the attendees should have watched your video or looked at your poster, and what they're coming in here to do is just ask you questions. And as it was in the main stage, the majority of the questions will be asked via the chat window here on the side. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit start session once you've chosen your camera and such. Internet. Let me try a different session. I apologize. I'm having some internet issues here. I'm going to stop sharing for a second just to see if it comes up when I stop presenting.
Looks like you don't have, I don't have access, right? I'm thinking of maybe I can give a try on my end. But when I click on one of them, it just says live session is not started yet.
I can give you the access. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to go into?
I'm just choosing. Yeah, you can choose one and let me know which one I should go to.
Just to chime in, it looks like it's based on Google Meet. And can you do 2 sessions in parallel on the same computer? Because you're currently in one and you would try to start another one.
Yeah, I've done this with Google Meet as well. So it hasn't had this issue before.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, it's working now that I'm not presenting. So let me go back to presenting. It's an internet thing. I apologize. Let me see if I can just share the window, and maybe that'll help. There's too much going on. Okay, can you see that now? All right, so once you hit the live session, you hit start session, you'll be taken into this window. So this is where you're going to be presenting. This is where you'll be talking or answering the questions that people pose in the chat window. Let me see here. Sharon, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put this in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to ask you to go to this so you can show them how you can invite somebody to join the live session. So they can bring up their video, they can bring up their audio.
Okay.
All right, so when you click on that, you should be able to join that live session.
Yeah, mm-hmm. So I can start typing some questions.
Are you there?
Yeah. Can you, oh, sorry. Am I muted? No, you can hear me,
No,
right?
I can hear you, but that's only on. So if you scroll over this area, the screen area, you should see a raise hand button.
Can you see my, I just sent a
Yep. Isn't
question.
this a fun training session? I see it, yes.
So can I also talk there?
You can, but you need to go scroll over the center area and hit the raise hand over the screen area, and you should be able to see a raise hand button. Do you see that?
Oh, maybe do I have to hit join first? Now I see raise hands. Yeah, I just raised hand.
So this is how you would ask the person. Just mute yourself on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how you would have an attendee join your live session so they can talk to you and they can see their video. So that you'll see this show up in the corner, and then you just hit them add to call. And so Sharon's video shows. Yeah, within that session. Because we're on Google Meet right now, so everything's going to sound a little echoey. Anybody have any questions on how this works?
So I can talk here now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So now I'm basically turning off the mic in the poster session, and I'm then using the mic in the Google Meet in our meeting place.
Right now, yes.
Yeah. So that way the recording will hear me. Otherwise, the recording might not hear me.
Right. So when you're done speaking with the attendee, you can remove them for the call. I'll remove you. Mm-hmm. But for the majority of people, probably going to be asking questions through the chat. If they wanted to join, that's how they would join your session, to have their video and camera up. The other thing that you can do, go ahead.
I have a question. The attendees have not gone through this training, right? So how do they know how to let themselves in or raise their hand? And the other question is, when they ask a question and you reply, does the video revert back to you, or are they still on the screen?
So the attendees, in order for them to know how to raise their hand, that would be something that you would mention to them in the beginning of the session. If they'd like to join the session with their audio and video, they can hit the raise hand button. Then you add them to the call. All attendees within the room at the time will be able to hear both of you at the same time. So everything is live.
So we can make an announcement at the very end of the panel, that right before the poster, tell people they can now go join your poster, visit the posters, and we'll tell them there's a feature that you can join. Actually, all I did is I just click on your poster, and there's a live session, and I click on that live session. I scroll down, I see if I want to join. If I click a join, if you allow me to join, that raise hands button is right there, right in front of me. So it's actually pretty straightforward. All they need to know is they need to click on the specific poster and then click on the live session in order to get it. That's all the only two tricks.
Yeah, and that's something you should definitely mention right before the poster sessions. Just let them know. Click on this poster that they want to be a part of. They want to join the live session, and then click the live session button.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I have two co-PIs who graciously said they'd be available during the poster session, but I don't know that they're registered for the workshop necessarily. Can they somehow join the poster session for my poster?
Sharon, if you want to give me them, or you want to get their names, you want to register them for the conference, we can add them to the list of attendees when the emails go out. And then once they get into the room, Andrew, you can just have them raise their hand and add them to the call.
I see.
Okay.
That way they're all available. And because it wasn't showing true because I turned off my mic and Sharon had her mic off, but it kind of works like Zoom in here. When somebody's speaking, their video will come up. When the other person's speaking, their video will come up. So it'll switch.
Okay, but bottom line is they need to be registered for the event.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
If you send me the names, I will put them in somewhere. And then Daniel actually will send a link to this workshop to all the attendees, all the email addresses we have collected. And then after you get that, we're going to have some instructions actually, that once you get that link for this workshop landing page, then you need to basically follow the instructions and make sure that you have a count on underline. Then everything will flow from there.
You're going to get one of two emails from us.
Oh boy.
If you haven't been on Underline before, you're going to get a new user email. It'll tell you about the conference. You're invited to this conference. It's happening on this date, and it'll ask you to create an account on Underline. Once you create your account, which basically is just putting in a password of your choosing, once you put that in and hit confirm, you'll be taken right into the event. So that's what all the attendees are going to get, whoever's new. If you've already attended an event on Underline, if you're already created an account on Underline, you're going to get a different email. It's just going to say, you're invited to this event. It's on Underline, and just continue to the event. So there'll be a button that just takes you right in. And then they can explore the sessions, they can explore the schedule, and then you'll go into your poster sessions and you can try this out, like I said. The other thing that you can do in here, and it's just like any other of these programs, is that you can share your screen. You can turn off your camera if you want. I don't suggest that, but you can also share your screen here. Similar to most other platforms, you can choose your entire screen, an application window, or a Chrome tab. One of the things, and if you're going to share your screen and it has audio, if you're going to play a video, make sure you hit the share audio button here. One of the things I do want to mention is that the Underline platform does work best with both Chrome and Firefox. So if you have one of those, it'd be best to log in with that. I know that there's some share screen issues with Safari. So it works with, and if you're having issues, you're testing out your room and you're having an issue with presenting or sharing your screen or whatever, try going onto either Chrome or Firefox. Usually works best. Make sure that it's one of the latest versions. Just best practices for now. Any questions on how this room works? This is basically what you're going to need to do. So, and Sharon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess you're expected to just be live here for the 2 hours, or when you get in, and just be ready for anybody to enter your room and ask you questions. You're not expected to present anything, but if you wanted to, you could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what about the video? How 5-minute video that would be played?
So they're expected, I believe, to click on the video tab if they want and watch the video beforehand.
Yeah, they can watch it anytime they want. But
right.
Given that you know, our timing is not all these delays in releasing the website, so I don't think people will have lots of time to watch it before the workshop. But you know, we have 2 hours. We only have 15, 16 posters. So I think, you know, people can even watch it during that time. And also, I think if you are a poster presenter, and if you know, you don't have people there, or people just got in, if you want, you can also play that video on your screen and let people watch it.
Absolutely. Yep. And Nick, I see your question about the poster sessions being recorded. They are not in this.
Now we got excellent.
Now you won't. All right. Yes. No. The poster sessions will not be recorded.
I have a question. Will the information about the poster session on both Monday and Tuesday be released on the public website sometime soon?
I think that's probably something that Sankar and the steering committee have to decide when we want to release the videos. I think you all signed a consent form, so that means it's okay for us to release it. Then we just need to decide when to release it. But we're hoping that we can release it.
I think were you asking if the Notre Dame website will have the poster session information out there?
Yes.
Okay. Sharon.
Yeah, right now it's not public. Right now it's all, this whole workshop is invitation only. So we have to make a decision on when to release that to the public. And like I said, that's going to be Sankar and the committee going to make a decision on that.
I mean, yeah, I was actually asking, even for the invited people, they cannot see who is presenting the posters, right?
They will, yeah. As soon, you're right. We need to get this link out.
Yeah, this is as soon as we're ready. Probably early this afternoon, we're going to have everybody that was invited to this event will be sent their emails, and so they'll have that today.
Well, does that mean that only registered people will be able to see it, or the public, really public? For instance, anybody can see the Notre Dame website, but that doesn't have a list of the posters.
Yeah, Notre Dame website doesn't have a list of posters. Only the people who registered for this workshop, only the people we invited and registered, that they can access this website. They can see the poster information, and also the posters, recorded posters.
Correct.
If we want this information to go to public, then we need to either transfer some of these contents to Notre Dame's website, or we have to make this workshop's platform open. But for now, we definitely will not make it open. This will only be, if we want to make it open, then it has to be after the workshop anyway.
So yeah, after the workshop, we can open it up. We'll obviously they won't be able to join live sessions. They won't be able to see any of the content that, right away. A couple weeks after, all the main stage content will be available on the site as well. But they won't be able to ask you questions live, stuff like that. So we can open it up after the conference, but right now, anybody that registers and we have their information, who was invited and we have their information, they're going to get a ticket. Basically, it's called a ticket for the event. And unless you have, unless you're in our ticketing system, you will not be able to get into this website. So you won't be able to forward it on to somebody else and have them create an account on Underline, and they won't. And they will not be able to get in unless they have a ticket.
So I do not know what the concern is, but if the concern is that the list of posters are not appearing publicly, then it is probably possible for Notre Dame folks to add the list of posters in their website sometimes, if not immediately, but next week, because that website will stay. Maybe not the contents, but the list of posters and authors' names and that kind of things can be incorporated in the Notre Dame website, which is public. If that is what you are requesting, that can be done at some point of time.
Jason, does that answer your?
Yeah. I mean, I was just asking. I mean, that could be fine, but I was not adamant on that. I was just wondering this kind of public versus invited information sharing.
So Nick has a question: will each poster session be recorded? I guess
Yeah,
not. Right?
Yeah, I answered that. Yeah, we do not record these sessions. The main stage stuff, all the workshops and what have you, will be recorded.
And Dan, will you be around this kind of 2 hours on Monday and Tuesday in any case we have some technical difficulties at all?
Yes, like I mentioned, definitely go out and try and log in. Once you get your email, go in there, test it out, make sure that everything's working. Like I had today, yeah, you may come up with an internet issue where it's not working. Try a couple of things. You guys are all very smart people. Try and restart your browser or something like that. Do those quick things that I'm going to just tell you to do anyway, and see if that works for you. There is a help desk, so you can request a meeting. Once you click this button, it sends an email to our support team. But I know there's only 30 of you. How many people could actually have a problem all at the same time? But if you do not hesitate to contact me. I will be around on Monday and Tuesday, so we're here to help you as well. I'll be here to help you as well. What other questions? So yeah, you can see when you do start a session, it does show live here. This turns on. What I do ask you to do is when you're done with your session, there is a button here that ends the session. It'll auto end after about 15 minutes, 20 minutes if you forget, but so people don't see that pink button for an extra 15 minutes, just hit end session. So if I go back to the posters, it'll update and show that it's no longer live.
So Daniel,
Go ahead.
So at this point, they haven't received the link yet, so they cannot practice it yet. So
they will all get it today.
Okay. When you say early afternoon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, after our meeting today, we'll discuss, and I'll make sure that I have everybody's name, and then everybody will get their email.
Okay.
So Daniel, is this only for the poster presenters or for any attendee?
All registered attendees will get that link today.
Okay.
Is it possible for our poster presenter to just get the link sooner so that they can practice it? Or you
I
think?
can try. Yeah, I can try. I mean, I have everybody's email addresses. I can just start throwing them into the system, and you know, you should be able to get them within an hour or so.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to shut down these couple ones that are started. What other questions do people have? It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. It's not too tough. If you go in and test it out and you have no problems, you should have no problems on the day of the event. Sharon, do you have anything else?
No, I think we should be good. If there are no more questions from our poster presenters, again, thank you for joining. And feel free to let us know if you have any trouble or any questions. Daniel and I would be your contact. But lots of all the technical questions about the website, everything, go to Daniel. But if there's any logistic things, let me know. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, Daniel, and
Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.